3 days passed, then 5, then 7, and Emeka had not eaten a full meal since the morning he stood in that empty room. The compound noticed. Compound people always notice. They notice everything except the things that matter. On the 8th day, he came. Not with his mother's knowledge, not with the Umona's blessing, not with a rehearsed speech prepared the night before. He came alone, dusty from the road, his white shirt grey at the collar, his eyes carrying the particular hollowness of a man who has finally met himself and did not like what he found there. He stood at the door of the small safe house and knocked. The old woman opened it. She looked at him for a long time, the way only old women can look at a man, stripping away everything he is performing until only what he actually is remains. Then she stepped aside. Obiageli was sitting in the courtyard with her daughter when she heard his footsteps. She did not stand up. She did not run to him. She did not arrange her face into forgiveness. She simply looked at him and waited. Emeka crossed the courtyard slowly. He stopped a few feet from her. His hands, which had carried his mother's bags, driven his mother's errands, signed his mother's silences, hung empty at his sides. He opened his mouth, closed it, opened it again. Obiageli? Just her name, nothing else. But the way he said it, cracked down the middle, stripped of everything except the bare truth of a man who had lost something he could not replace, said everything the words had not. She looked at him a long time. Her daughter, sitting beside her in the dust, looked up at this man she barely knew as her father, and reached out her small hand and touched his shoe. The simple, forgiving instinct of a child. Emeka lowered himself to the ground right there, not on a chair, not with dignity, just folded himself down into the dust beside his daughter and put his face in his hands. He wept the way men weep when they have held it too long, shaking, ugly, without grace. Obiageli watched him. She felt many things. Pity was one of them, but it was not the first. After a long while, she spoke quietly, carefully, the way one speaks around something still fragile. I am not coming back to that compound. He nodded into his hands. And your mother will never touch my daughter again. He nodded again, slower, heavier. Then tell me, Obiageli said, and her voice for the first time carried no fear in it at all. What are you willing to lose? The question sat between them in the dust. Somewhere inside the compound, 7 miles away, Mama Emeka waited in her chair. Still waiting, still certain. But certainty, like compounds, can crack.